Hey guys, welcome. Today I want to share a little bit about how my very first book launch went and why I feel it's important that you should promote your book prior to your book launch and just not just for book sales, okay? Um, I found out a lot from my people because when I set up my book, because it's my first one, I wanted to do an ebook, and I was like, let me just get my feet wet. We'll just do an ebook and see how it goes. Well, I'm doing my promotions, and come to find out, people are asking for paperback. I'm like, really? I thought everybody had pretty much gone to ebook, and lo and behold, that's not the case. So I was like, okay, well, let me see what I can do. So I had gone with Draft to Digital because I wanted a one-step platform. They helped me get the ISBN number, they helped me set up, the formatting, and they helped me get it out to all the stores. So, because I had enough to learn on the other end of it, I didn't want to have to conquer all that right now. So I wanted to be able to focus on the other parts of creating the book. So they had started the process of doing paperbacks, and I was like, oh, thank you. So I signed up for that, and I told my peeps, I was like, okay, I signed up for it. It's going to be a little bit, it probably be after the book launch, but it was okay because, I knew for a fact I hadn't set up for that to start with, and I wasn't planning on it. So, but it worked out. And so yeah, you'll learn a lot from your peeps. So you definitely want to promote prior to. That way you can get feedback from your people, what they're looking for. And that way and maybe you can get it, taken care of prior to. So, and I recommend paperback for, at least do paperback. Hardback can be a little bit more expensive. So, but I would definitely do paperback. And even paperback was more expensive than I thought. So, I scheduled my book launch. I'm ready, to celebrate my first book being, published. I'm excited. I get sick. And I mean, I get sick to where I can't get out of bed because I'm just that down and out. 4 days later, after my book launches, I actually start feeling better. I'm like, okay, boom. I'm going to go and check my emails and see, how everything's going, what's going on. And then I go and I check the platforms. Okay, each ebook went out. That's great. Thank goodness, that went well. And then, I emailed customer service like, hey, just want to check on the status about the paperback, what's going on. And they're like, well, we sent you an email. And I'm like, I didn't get an email. I just checked on my emails. And they're like, yeah, you got to go find that email and follow the directions. I'm like, okay. So I'm frantically searching through all my emails, and sure enough, I found it in my spam folder. Boom, open that up, follow the directions, approve the proof, and off it goes. I'm like, all right, now it's on the way, so we're good to go. I was like shocked that my book did really as well as it did without having a launch party. I was like, thank goodness. So yeah, promoting prior to really, really will help, even if your book has to launch on its own like mine did. And it's just like I felt bad because I couldn't celebrate it, but it worked out okay. So I have the next book launch to look forward to. So I get my author's proofs. My author copies are ready, and so I order them. And this is what it looks like. Okay, and it's Dragon Fusion, the first book of the Elite series. And of course, at the bottom it's got my name. And of course, this is Elle, her dragon. That's becoming her ally. And then at the top it's got my name, and at the bottom it's got the book title, and on the back it's got a little bit about the book and a little bit about me being the author. So I'm going to read to you a little bit about the book, and that way you'll have an idea of what the book's about. Elle was an average 15-year-old kid who set out for a quiet walk in her small town park to relax before having to do an English report. However, Elle never expected to see sparks fly from her fingertips. Totally blindsided, Elle learned the truth of her identity, realizing her whole life had been a lie. She wasn't sure she was ready for the upcoming changes. Elle's newfound powers frightened her as well as excited her. Finding help from an unlikely ally, a dragon. Elle must decide if she should embrace the destiny or walk away from a world in peril. A spark begins to ignite within her. Will the fire that brews inside sway Elle in her decision to embrace her destiny? So, and I'm going to give you a little bit of an insight of it. It starts off in our world, and she has to go back to her original world. So, yeah, it's quite interesting to say the least. But that's for a different video. So if you want to know more, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell. That way when there's a new video out, you'll be notified of it. And if you would like a copy of the book, you can go to KarenCarnahan.com. The first page will bring up my books. There's a book link to the ebooks, a link for the paperback, and if you want a author signed copy, if you're in the United States, there's a link there. If you're outside of the United States, you're going to have to go to my contact page because the shipping is more expensive. It's not a flat rate like it is in the United States. So, yeah. I hope to see you come back. That's it for this time. Thank you for joining me. I hope you'll come and visit with me in the future. Thank you.